believe it's week 4, UCLA versus Northwestern. That's my last shot. I believe it's week 4, UCLA. This is always gonna give me a problem, bro. Like, are you kidding me right now? Even the thumbnail, like, what? Okay. To the language. To the date. UCLA is the location. To that. Should I not have the new? There it is. Save it on YouTube. And now I have half of everything ready. This is... There we go. Check out my recruiting really quick. Halfbacks. First name's this guy. Let's see what. Oh, he's slow. I don't want him, man. No speed, God, all these guys are slow. Hard sell. Soft sell. Slow. Okay, I can't do anything there.
Northwestern University and home to the Wildcats, where the purple-clad fans are eager to get this one started. A Big Ten showdown coming, conference games where the results will stick with you for the rest of the season. As we'll see, the winners of 3 straight, the UCLA Bruins, taking on a team that ranks in the top 5 in this conference, the Northwestern Wildcats. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. Northwestern ready to kick it off to get things started. The returner will field it and try to do some business. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So UCLA's offense takes the field for the first time today. Every team has impact players. What traits are you looking for when it comes to players who can make an impact, David?
Well, obviously, you want the main things, right? Speed, physicality, like all power, all those things are really, really good. But you also need guys that will hold people accountable, guys that will lead. And it's nice to have those guys on your team. They're the leaders of the team, and they're the best players.
And part of the reason why they're leaders is because these guys galvanize their teammates, right? We've seen time and time again, these dudes make plays, and it just sparks the sideline. It sparks the coaching staff. It sparks the fans. They're special players. They all have to play well today.
The margin for error so small in a conference like this, and in Big Ten play, really imperative to get off to a good start.
You really focus on all offseason getting off to such a great start, right? Start fast, win our conference. Well, this is step one. And so I think you're so tired of hitting your own color jerseys, by the way. You're excited when you get in conference plays. You start to get some of that familiarity, some of that also that hatred that you have for these other teams. So the Big Ten is a fun conference.
Yeah, and you know both of these teams, their players have had this game circled all offseason because this is the first one. This is the first step towards winning a Big Ten championship. Both teams feel like they've got the playmakers to compete in conference. Year, but it all starts today.
The Bruins can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. Let's see what they do here on 3rd and short from the 41. Scanning the field, it's Iamaleava. Got him downfield. They get him stopped, but the big gain has them on the doorstep. Let's mark it at the 13. They're in the red zone, and they'll pass it. Knew where he wanted to go with it, but couldn't find his target. It's incomplete. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. They go to the ground. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. 9th play of the drive coming up, but they'll have to convert 3rd and long to keep it going. Fires to the right. He's got it. Gets it into the end zone, but wait a minute. We'll have to check out the laundry on the field.
Offside, defense.
And this is what's going to drive coaches crazy. It's mental errors, right? It doesn't take any talent or lack of talent to have that penalty. You just got to watch the ball, and when it's snapped, get after the quarterback.
On 3rd down, he drops to throw. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down. They'll leave the offense out there to try to get it past the marker and pick up the 1st. And it looks as if they're going to try a field goal. Absolutely perfect. And the first points of the day come on that field goal.
And on this opening drive, the D gave up some yards, but that's okay. They buckled down when they needed to. They forced the field goal, keeping the home crowd still engaged, still excited, and now they get the football.
So they're lining up to kick it off after that last drive. Put a 3-spot on the board, and now the defense will try to shut them down. He'll bring it out. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. So Northwestern's offense will go to work for the first time. And Jesse, they've got a quarterback that if he can get into a rhythm can certainly make plays for his team.
Here's the thing about him, too. He's not the most consistent guy, and he's not the most talented quarterback in the country, but when he's hot, he's really, really tough to stop, David. It's important they get this guy going early.
Yeah, and it's not just him. Like, the offense has to, around him, play well. They've got to protect him. Receivers have to make plays. The running game would be good to get going, so it's got to be a team effort because then he can really be at his best.
Now on 1st and 10 from the 29. Use the play fake, now to throw. Looking down the middle. It's caught. And they finally get him down, but not before. He's got him set up for business at the 49-yard line.
Is another 1st down for the offense.
They are dialed in on this drive. A couple of chunk plays, and now they'll snap it on 1st down. He'll do it himself. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
And he's brought down after a nice game.
Girlfriend.
Well, I know the tight end did some good things after the catch, but got to give the quarterback credit, too, for the location of the throw. Because he put it out in front of his big man, he was able to make the catch and accelerate, creating some distance there between him and the defense.
They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that 1st down marker. Dropping back, it's Stone. Bringing the heat. And the quarterback runs out of time, and down he goes at the 38. Man, he was back there and in the quarterback's face before the Bruin faithful could finish an 8 clap.
I mean, just getting off the ball so quick, penetrating. When you got defensive linemen that can get upfield, rush the quarterback, every Bruins fan will be jacked up.
That's not quite going to be enough as they stop him 4 yards short of the marker. This would have been about a 45-yard field goal attempt. They'll pass on that and go for it on 4th down. Makes the grab past the marker. And right in the middle of tight coverage, and he still makes the grab at the 15. And the Wildcats with the 1st and 10. The give from the gun. He stopped at the 14-yard line, and they'll stay on the attack.
Defense coming out the gates. First drive, getting to the quarterback. They wanted to affect the... Make him feel uncomfortable. Already 2 sacks on this first drive.
On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. They'll try to get something out of this drive and kick the field goal here on 4th down. It's good. He could have hit a string right in the middle of the uprights there. And guys, after that field goal, brand new ball game, all tied up.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Handoff from the gun. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Here's the pressure. And as he throws.
And that pressure got to him quick. I mean, you talk about you want your quarterback to feel comfortable. Man, he didn't have time to feel comfortable. He didn't have time to get his feet set and get in the ground. This offensive line.
And he will be sacked at the 6-yard line. Absolutely nothing settled. Deadlocked after one period of play as we have a look at the stats. We've got a good one going here and looking forward to keeping those vibes going here in the second quarter. And the Bruins send out the punt unit. Doesn't say much for your... when you're looking forward to the punt. He just wanted to get it out of there from his end zone. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. The Northwestern offense returns to the field. David, they couldn't pay off that last drive with a touchdown.
Now, they moved the ball down the field and executed like they wanted to until they stalled out and had to settle for a field goal.
I think if you want to take the next step, too, here and score a touchdown, you got to start finding more creative ways to get your best players the ball. Let's see if they can do that here.
To the air. It's Stone. Fires to the big fella. And they pick up just a few on that completion. What will they dial up on second and a long way to go? Keeps it on the bootleg. He'll get rid of it. He's got an open man. And they finally get him stopped, but it's a big throw and catch, and he's down at the 5. Northwestern will line up with a 1st and goal. They want to throw it. Big fella moving. He's all the way down to the 2-yard line. Just spectacular execution there.
The offense trying to throw it there quickly down close to the goal line. Nice job by the defense tackling the catch.
Trying to pound their way in. He's going to lose a yard on that one. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. After settling for 3 on that first drive, you want to give the other side a big momentum boost, a big confidence builder. Kick another one. It's 3rd and goal. Rushes on him. And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10.
And they've been waiting for something good to happen with respect to getting after the quarterback, right? They're outside of the top 100 in the country in sacks per game, but finally now you see they're generating this pass rush. 3 sacks on the game so far.
Dead center perfect. And with that, they've taken the lead. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Big one this week in the SEC. Heck, they're all big ones in that conference. Ole Miss has the lead right now, but I don't care if it's Archie or Eli back there. We've come to learn that no lead is safe inside Vaught Hemingway. They're up by 7 over LSU. Games like these just mean more in the SEC, and we'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should see.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere.
And this offense on first down, man, they go backwards. And they've built a deficit, and they've been sluggish. And they just need something to get going, to get started, because they've...
All right.
I looked out of sorts and out of rhythm this whole game.
And now to try to put things in motion on 2nd and long from the 15.
Why isn't it happening?
Gives it on the option. Slams into the pile. He'll get 1 to the 17.
And sticking to the run. I'll tell you what, a lot of teams that are really good are really stubborn, and they continue to run the football even with little success. So this offense is going to continue to focus on running the football, you can tell.
The Bruins decide to punt it away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Signals for the fair catch and looks it in at the 40. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half.
Treat a dear loved one.
Pulls and fires complete. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Quarterback on the keeper. Picks up the first down, still moving. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. Just nosing into enemy territory at the 49. It's 1st and 10. The give on the option. Shakes off the defender.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
don't know, but I have a...
On the run, it's Porter. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line? And the Wildcats come to the ball trying to pick up this third and short.
Should just be...
We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and they'll talk it over to see if they can build on this lead before halftime.
I don't want to have to go there and hate. Yeah, I just want...
The Wildcats really need to keep this drive alive on third
I
down.
don't understand why you're mad about something like that.
They'll try to run for it. And I don't think he got there. No, they stopped him short. He does not pick up the first down. So the offense is going to go for it on fourth down.
So it's okay for you to...
He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Oh, he dropped it. Just didn't look it all the way in, and they'll turn it over on downs. The decision to go for it does not pan out.
Treated that way for about 4
To
or
throw,
5
it's
times.
Iamaleava.
First one.
Quickly out to the tight end. Really nice job there by both guys to throw and the catch to work that defense and get the first down. Passing game kept this drive moving. Let's see if they try it again. Missed receiver there. It's incomplete.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Bought a little time, lets it go. Quick completion on the out. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down. And the Bruins come to the line on third down, trying to keep this drive alive. All the way down to the 25-yard line, they move the sticks. It's first down. Inside a minute to play and a half. Might we get a touchdown after all before the break? Tight end getting vertical. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion. And as we get deep in this first half, a first and goal and a chance to take the lead before the break. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half.
I've got one timeout left. I'm down by 3. That means I basically got one play, a second, and third down 2 play. I don't know why they keep showing me this. Like, is it a challenge or something? I wish that call would have just, to make the next million hours. Why am I bad when that shit's been happening to me for years? And yeah, I did a bad thing. It's nothing that I haven't gone through tenfold.
The drive starts from their own 25-yard line.
Way worse.
Reads it, fires complete. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there. Second down coming up. Draw play, quarterback keeps it. Stopped after a pickup of 4. Run to get it out to the 34. The Wildcats come to the line on third and short, trying to keep the drive alive. He'll sneak and try to surge forward. And he needed just a single yard, and he did not get it. What a stout play by this defense.
That's being held against me like
Kick is in the air.
I did pull back, I'm pretty sure.
Looks it all the way in and now turns his attention upfield.
Said,
His drive will open from the 15. They'll go to the ground. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Off play action. And the defense makes a play. And back at the 10.
That's the thing about this defense. Yeah, they may be losing the game right now, but they've got difference makers on that side of the football. They got guys that can step up like that, create havoc, get a sack, create negative plays. They're going to need more of that here in the second half if they're going to win this game.
The Bruins will bring the punt team onto the field.
This is a point where you just got to be able to focus. And the critical down and distances in this game, like that third down right there. When it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You got to be able to make that play.
The Wildcats have it back. The Northwestern offense headed out. The sledding has been tough. Scores have been at a premium. Nowhere to go with the ball, and down he goes at the 39. And the Wildcats with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Back to pass, it's Stone. And that's going to fall to the ground, incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. 3rd down coming. Trying to pick up a 1st down. On 3rd and long, you'll need to push it downfield. He'll off one deep down the left side. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. Northwestern will send out the punt team. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. Was looking for more running room, but found nothing but more tacklers. He's down at the 24. They'll get things started on this drive from the 24.
Just feeling.
They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20. And the Bruins want to move quickly. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. And he fights his way forward, gets away from one, but not much doing on that one.
Love the job by the defense here with their eye discipline. That's an RPO. It can be tricky to locate the football, but they found the running back quickly. Those linebackers and DBs really came screaming down to the line of scrimmage to make that stop.
Can't make the connection on 3rd down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's 4th down. The Bruins will try to pin them back with the punt. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. The Northwestern offense returns to the field. And in a low-scoring game like this one, David, every possession is magnified.
And I think more than anything, it just gets frustrating. And you got to put that behind you. You got to see what this defense has been doing to be so successful. Caller, now use it against them.
Yeah, David, I think for a play caller, this is tough, right? It's like you have to have the perfect play on just to get a 1st down. In these types of games, I think you're just trying to get guys out in space, see if a dude can break a tackle. Maybe that generates an explosive play, and it breaks this trend.
They have a 1st down at the 41-yard line.
Experience where fucking. I felt like ass too.
And he had it for a second, but it just dribbled out of his hands. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Looking to pass. It's Stone. He's got him. Nice gain of 6, leaving them with 3rd and 4. And the Wildcats come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to convert here. Running to the left. They thought they could just run it on 3rd and short, but this defense was there to make the stop. So here comes the field goal unit. They've been doing work today. They've already made a couple. He's going to reach for a long one, a 52-yard attempt.
I have a freaking.
Never a doubt. That brings him to within 1.
Well, that kid just showed off his hammer for a leg, 50 plus, and he did it with ease.
He'll bring it out. It's Matthews. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Good news, I guess. A lot of room to work with as they start this drive from their own 15. Rides the back on the option to give. They shut it down quickly, but he gets 2 out to the 18. Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. He'll be stopped just short of the 20 at the 19. Give him 1. Coming to the line of scrimmage on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. On the run, still looking. How about this sophomore learning when to just do it himself?
And this QB is really starting to show you something, isn't he? I mean, he's been hit a lot in the pocket, and I just like the toughness. At the end of the run here, he's not sliding because he's been banged up a little bit. Lowering his shoulder, getting the first down, taking some hits, but he's still competing.
And the Bruins in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Give to the running back. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. Big 3rd down coming from their own 31. Defense tries to get off the field.
Yeah, I feel like the worst part.
And it just squirted through his hands. He wanted to take off and got too anxious. So the offense is going to go for it on 4th down.
I still was like, oh.
They'll immediately call timeout.
Timeout, UCLA.
So the offense is going to go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And they gambled in their own end, and now they give up really good field position. Couldn't ask for better starting field position for this offense. They'll move the tight end. Off play action on 1st down. Grabbed behind the line, it's Porter. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. They'll run play action. Here's a heat. Trying to escape and get it himself. That's the end of the quarter, and UCLA has the lead. 3 quarters are in the books. Time becomes a factor, both in trying to hold the lead or cut into it as we take a look at the stats. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. With the break, they had a little... time to dial something up for this third down play. Wants to throw. It's Stone. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf. So on fourth down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot. Never a doubt. Right down the middle. And they've regained the lead. They were able to get a field goal on the board, and now they'll kick it away.
And listen, y'all know in the booth and everywhere how I feel about kickers. Don't always love leaving it on their foot, so to speak, but nice job executing. He keeps doing stuff like that. I'll keep trotting him out there.
This drive will open from the 50. And here's a fumble way behind the line. Defense scoops it up, and he's headed the other way. Touchdown, Wildcats. This defense making a big play and putting it in the end zone.
Defenses are always trying to force turnovers to get the ball back to their offense, make those big plays. You know what the cherry on the sundae is? When you force the turnover, the pill hits the ground, you scoop it up, and you take it all the way back to the house. Huge play for this defense.
Fielded in the end zone. It's Flores. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. UCLA will go back to work on offense. Leaves it with the back. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
And this offense has to find a way to run the football. They got to get more creative, but whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them because nothing really going on the ground.
Yeah, defensively, though, you got to give them credit, too, because they knew that physically they were going to try to be challenged up front. That was a big MO for this offense coming into it. But the defense, they've risen to the occasion. Their front seven has dominated this entire game.
They've avoided the interception all day, but they were lucky to get that one back here late. It'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Grabbed over the middle. It's Thomas. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Bruins come to the line on third and short, hoping to keep the drive alive. To the air. It's Iamaleava. And the quarterback will take a sack back at the 36.
And a great job by the defense, dropping in zone coverage, all eyes on the quarterback, taking away the options, and then finally the pass rush gets home, gets him on the ground.
Looking to the big tight end. It's incomplete, and they desperately needed to keep that drive going, and they couldn't make the connection. The Wildcats have it back. The Northwestern offense headed out. Guys, that last trip a little disappointing having to take the 3.
Yeah, and I think, Jesse, you see so many offenses talk about getting yards and the tempo and all the stuff they do. It was a nice job moving the football, but they got to get in the end zone this time.
Yeah, and I think to do that, they just got to be more physical at the point of attack, get some push up front. They need to be the best running team in this game to win.
Fires to the tight end. Not at all the makings of bug meat windshield, but how about the little corner taking on the big tight end and keeping him from getting the first? Tries to do it himself on the draw. He'll come through on third downs. He's got enough, and they'll mark it at the 23. Northwestern comes to the line with a fresh set of downs. They want that clock to run. Breaks, got some room, headed to the goal line. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Northwestern. They extend the lead here in the fourth, and after stumbling early, about to push their record to 3-1.
Whack.
We know football gets harder when you start to get the red zone and the field tricks. Who needs that? Break the long touchdown run. Nice job by the back, seeing the hole, exploding through, getting the long touchdown.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
A pair of top 15 teams throwing haymakers today. Let's show you the very latest. Illinois is trailing right now, but let's be honest. The program that turned out Jeff George should never be counted out of any game. It's a tight one right now. They're trailing by only 5 to USC.
Back to throw, it's Iamaleava.
Just another week in the Big Ten where the only constant is chaos, fellas.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. He's not afraid to go deep. And that's going to be incomplete. Going for broke on 2nd down, but 3rd down's coming up. Trying to pick up a 1st down. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
And you got to expect this offense to go for it again here on 4th down, right? Obviously trailing, we're in the 2nd half, but we saw them try to go for it on 4th down early. Didn't have any success. They've got to dial up a better play here.
Oh, he dropped it. He just lost his concentration and didn't look it all the way in. Desperately wanted to keep the ball, but they did not. Touch pass on the jet sweep. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that 1st down. Power football with the run. He pushes his way down to the 4 as they get closer and closer. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and the clock is definitely on their side. They'll just try to run it out here. A great chance to put this game away with a score here on 1st and goal. And he was fortunate to get that one back to the line of scrimmage at the 5. No gain on the play.
It's time.
The run up the middle, looking for the score. Touchdown, Northwestern! And the beatdown has ensued. They put another score on the board as they try to push this winning streak to 3. I think we can just about blow the candles out on this one. It's all over.
No doubt, it's over. But you know what, Reese? These stats aren't over. They count for postseason awards. So I'm all for piling on the stats, running up the score, offense, get the stats.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And he puts through the extra point. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they punctuated it with a 5-yard touchdown run. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The UCLA offense is back on the field, ready to go to work. This offense has pretty much been stuck in the mud the entire game. It's been a frustrating performance, Jesse.
Yeah, and listen, you can't be hanging your head just yet. This game's not over, and this coaching staff is still evaluating their players. So if you're on the field...
And that's a live ball. Defense falls on the ball. Going to be a turnover.
And he was under so much duress on that play. You saw him scrambling, trying to buy time, doing everything he can to keep the play alive, but the defense just kept coming in waves, and he got a little bit downfield before they finally knocked it out and jumped on that fumble.
Great place to start for this offense. Rides the back and leaves it on the option. You'll take this every time. 5 yards on the 1st down play.
No mystery on that play. With the lead, we are going to run the ball. You know it's coming, and we are running right at you, right into the teeth of the defense, and they're still able to get a nice game.
And how about that play by that giant, that mountain of a man on the defensive front? 3rd and short from the 28. Let's see if this is 4-down territory or if they just pick up the first here. They'll some might think this head coach has a tough locker room speech after this one. I would suggest that he starts with, "That's just bad."
Bad. Or, as Reese Davis would say, ungood. Just very ungood performance. Flush this one down the toilet. Move on. It's not your best day. You